Okay, a lot of people write in and ask me to show how you finish the perimeter of these tubs that you reinstall, So I have here the Delta Classic 400 from Home Depot. And I can't really get a good picture because it's a small bathroom, but it's a beautiful tub. And you can see I went ahead and finished the edges by just putting in the system, what was in, and then just measuring over with the table saw and cutting whatever scraps of plywood or whatever you have around. I have some 3/8 plywood and just put it up there. And then there's like, some places there's a 1/8 inch gap, but who cares? I'm going to tape and mud that. I'll show you that process too. Once it's all taped and mudded in, it's perfectly good. Everything works perfect. So it's real solid, real sound, all the way around, and ready to accept tape and mud. Once I tape and mud it, again, I'll show you the how-tos of all that. So it's just regular 3/8 plywood. You can use anything, any kind of scraps you have. It just doesn't matter. It's filler. It's filler because you just want to fill it in and then start mudding. And if you didn't fill it in, you'd just be putting tape and mud over this. It would just be a lot of tape and mud. So this just takes away a little bit of mud. In other words, gives you a nice backing. And so anyway, it's going to turn out nice. And this thing here, the piece I have cut for it, right there. Once it goes in, you just nail it all in, screw it in, and get it all screwed in tight, and it'll work out perfect. So anyway, that's the whole process. I'll go ahead and, I don't know what else I'm going to show you. People want to know about this, but I'm not sure what the question is. It seems relatively, common sense. You just fill it in with whatever you got, make it sound, make it solid, and then tape and mud it, and to make it texture and look just like the original existing wall. When I get done taping and mudding through the process, I'll go ahead and take a video and show you that. I'll put it on the same video so you can see. It'll just make this go away as though it never was there. It'll look like the tub was built in by the original builders. So anyway, all right. I will say though that pre-drill the ones that are going through the flange. The ones you're going to be putting through the flange, ones that are, you can tell where the flange is at. You saw it on the video a second ago before I covered it up. But wherever the flange is at, pre-drill through the flange. Don't keep going through the wood. Just go enough till you hit the wood, or a small drill. So you don't want to take away the meat and grab from whatever wood you're trying to screw into, but do pre-drill through the plastic, through the acrylic flange, and that way you don't break anything off. Okay, keep everything sound, keep everything perfect. And all right, so this one here is ready to go. And like I said, I'll go ahead and take a video as I go, but I'm just going to tape and mud it. I'm just going to tape and mud the thing. I'm not sure why I get so many requests to show that perimeter. But anyway, you have it there. So just fill it in, whatever perimeter you have. It doesn't matter if it was 8 inches wider than this. Doesn't matter. Just fill it in with whatever you have around. And that's sound, you know what I mean? Fill it in and then tape and mud it. All you want to do is make it look like it never happened. So here's your texture. I don't know what your texture looks like, but that's our texture. And I want to get it back to that, as though this thing never happened. So go ahead and do the same thing. Okay. I use Fix It All for my first coat always, because it dries in 5 minutes. It's really hard. It's hardly even water permeable after that too, so it's really good next to the shower. But so anyway, it's a good, nice compound. There's so much, so thick. Some of the air is so thick. If you use regular mud, it could take hours and hours and hours, maybe a couple of days to dry, depending on your situation. But Fix It All in 5 minutes, and then you put on regular mud after that to start finishing it off. But use that the first coat, and you'll be ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and show all the steps. Even if it goes without saying, just because I get so many questions that maybe people just don't know yet. So I guess until you do it, you don't know. So anyway, put on tape like that, mostly onto the part you put on, and then a little bit onto the existing just like you see there. Okay? And then it's ready to go. Once I get it that far, you're going to do that around the entire perimeter, all the way around everywhere. You're going to have tape and mud. Okay, I'm just going to show you this one section, and I want you to do the same thing all the way around the entire thing. All right? So put on your tape, and I'll put on my first coat of Fix It All. Okay, then put on your first coat of mud, and it'll look similar to this. Again, you're going to seal with your sealant. You're going to seal that edge between the wall and the drywall with that same sealant you're going to use on your seams. Okay, and this is the sealant here, just so you didn't know. It's DAP 3.0. Okay, that's the stuff you want to get, and it works perfect, and it sticks to acrylic. So anyway, put on your first coat of mud, and it'll look like this, and keep going. I had an issue with the floor, so I put in concrete leveler, and they're gonna put on another stickum floor underneath it, on top of it. The owners are. Anyway, so this is what it looks like here, and it's one coat of mud. All right, have any questions, put them down below. Okay, so once you've got it all filled in and you already taped it all, put on your coats of mud and texture it to match existing. That's the way it'll turn out. And it looks just like the original. Everything looks perfect. So that's the ticket. Anyway, if you have any questions, put them down below. But you just simply want to fill it in and mud it, texture it, paint it, you're done.